What if I told you that artificial intelligence isn't just learning to think like humans, it's actually making us more biased? And the scariest part, we don't even realize it's happening. Right now, as you watch this video, AI systems around the world are absorbing every click, every decision, every judgment we make, and then feeding those same bias patterns right back to us, but amplified. This isn't science fiction. This is happening today, and researchers have the data to prove it. Here's the problem we didn't see coming. When we created AI systems, we thought they'd be objective, free from human flaws. But AI learns from human-generated data, which means it inevitably absorbs all our psychological biases, cognitive shortcuts, and systematic errors. A groundbreaking 2025 study from the University of Washington found something disturbing. When AI systems showed racial bias in hiring decisions, human recruiters started mirroring those exact same biases in their own candidate selections. But it gets worse. Researchers at UCL discovered what they call a snowball effect. When humans interact with biased AI systems, they don't just adopt those biases temporarily. They become more biased themselves, and this effect persists even after they stop using the AI. We're not just teaching AI to be biased. It's teaching us to be more biased in return. Let's break down exactly how this bias inheritance works. First, there's the training phase. AI systems learn from massive data sets created by humans, absorbing our unconscious biases like a sponge. Then comes the amplification phase. Because AI processes information differently than humans, it often amplifies these biases beyond what we'd see in normal human interactions. Studies involving over 1,200 participants showed this amplification occurs across multiple domains: emotion discrimination, emotion recognition, and social judgments. But here's the kicker. There's also a feedback phase. When humans interact with these biased AI systems, we unconsciously adjust our own thinking to match what the AI is telling us. The really scary part? Research shows we consistently underestimate how much AI bias influences our judgment, which makes us even more susceptible to its effects. We think we're being objective, but we're actually being trained by machines that learn to think like our biased selves. Let's look at some real examples that show just how pervasive this problem has become. In healthcare, AI systems trained on cost data started prioritizing healthier white patients over sicker black patients. Not because the programmers were racist, but because the training data reflected existing healthcare spending patterns. When doctors used these systems, they began making similar biased decisions. In finance, researchers found that ChatGPT demonstrates the same over-optimism bias that humans show in stock market predictions. The AI literally inherited our behavioral tendencies and now reinforces them back to us. Even more concerning, studies show that humans actively choose AI models that reflect their existing biases rather than challenge them. We're not auditing our own bias consumption. We're seeking it out. And unlike human-to-human interactions, human-AI interactions amplify bias more significantly. The feedback loop is stronger, faster, and more persistent than anything we see in purely human interactions. So here's what we've learned. AI isn't the objective, bias-free tool we hoped it would be. Instead, it's become a funhouse mirror that reflects and amplifies our psychological biases back at us. The data shows that when we interact with biased AI systems, we become more biased ourselves through a snowball effect that persists even after we stop using the AI. This happens because we consistently underestimate how much these systems influence our thinking, making us perfect targets for bias amplification. From healthcare decisions to hiring practices to financial predictions, AI systems are not just learning our biases, they're teaching them back to us, stronger than before. The most troubling part? We're actively choosing AI models that confirm rather than challenge our existing biases, creating a feedback loop that could fundamentally alter how humans perceive, judge, and interact with the world around us. The question now is, what are we going to do about it? Understanding this bias feedback loop is the first step toward breaking it. If this video opened your eyes to how AI might be shaping your own thinking in ways you never realized, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden psychology of technology. Share this with someone who needs to know that AI bias isn't just a tech problem, it's a human problem that's making us more biased than ever before. And let me know in the comments. Have you noticed AI influencing your decisions in ways you didn't expect? The future of human judgment might depend on having this conversation.